Okay, so the second lesson is midpoint formula. So midpoint is, our answer is going to end up being a coordinate. So x plus x divided by 2, y plus y divided by 2. So looking at 1, our x is 3 and 7. So 3 plus 7 divided by 2. And then negative 2 plus 4 divided by 2. So 3 plus 7 is 10 divided by 2 would give us an answer of 5. Negative 4 plus 2 would give an answer of 2 divided by 2, which is 1. So then if we go down here to our graph, we have 3, negative 2, 7, 4, and then we picked 5, 1. So that looks like it's the middle, so that can help us check to see if these are right or not. To number 2, same thing. We have negative 3 and 1. Negative 3 plus 1 divided by 2, which would be negative 2 divided by 2. So our number is negative 1. Oh my gosh. Negative 5 plus 5 divided by 2, which would be 0 divided by 2, so just negative 1, 0. So number 2 on the graph, negative 3, negative 5, negative 1, 1, 5. And then our answer is negative 1, 0. So again, that is in the middle, so we got that one right as well. 3, same thing as before. 2 plus negative 1 divided by 2, so that would be half. 6 plus 3 divided by 2, so half of 9 is 4.5. So to graph 3, we have 2, 6, negative 1, 3, and then we have half. So you just go to the middle here, and then go up to 4.5. So again, that one makes sense. 4, 2 plus 2 divided by 2, which would just give us an answer of 2. The y would be negative 4 plus 1, so negative 3 divided by 2, which would be negative 1.5. So then graphing those to check, 2, negative 4, 2, 1, so then 2, negative 1.5. So midpoint, you're looking at midpoint formula here, and that's how you're going to do any ones where you're looking for the midpoint. Now, these 5 and 6, they give you the midpoint. So I'll show you a quick way to do this if they give you a graph. So start by graphing A, so 3, negative 2, and then M is at 5, 0. So that's halfway. So if you're thinking about directions, you have to go up 2 and right 2, but you're only halfway. So that should tell you that you need to do it again. So if you go up 2, right 2, that puts you at 7, 2 for point B. So then 6, same thing, so negative 4, 1, and then the midpoint is at negative 2, 4. So you have to go up 1, 2, 3 over 2. So then you just do that again, 1, 2, 3 over 2 to get you an answer of 0, 7 for B. Okay, so 7's got a few different things going on. So first, we have to find the midpoint. So same as before, take your x's, 4 plus 8 divided by 2. 4 plus 8 is 12, divided by 2 would give us 6. For the y's, you have negative 2 plus negative 10, which would be negative 12 divided by 2 to give us negative 6. Okay, and then it wants to find length. So length would be distance. So you use the distance formula. So I'm going to show you a couple ways to do that. There's the formula, and then there's the way that I think is quicker myself. So you have your big square root, and remember it's x minus x. So 8 minus 4 squared plus negative 10 minus negative 2 squared. So that ends up being 4 squared plus negative 8 squared. So that would be the square root of 80. So the square root of 80, let's see here, is 8.9. Okay, so then you have AM to find. So the first way it is the formula. The second way is the way how I do it in class. So 4, negative 2, 6, negative 6. So all you're doing is seeing how far apart the numbers are. So 4 and 6 are how far apart? They are 2 apart. So you square that number. How far apart are negative 2 and negative 6? Those are 4 apart. 2 squared plus 4 squared would be 20. So square root of 20 is 4.5. Doing the same thing for MB, we have 6, negative 6, and we're going to 8, negative 10. 6 and 8 are 2 apart. Negative 6, negative 10 are 4 apart to give us square root of 20, which is roughly 4.5. So again, if you added 4.5 plus 4.5, it would be just about 9, which is what it would have been if we hadn't rounded them. Okay, 8 is a little bit trickier. So graph both. So graph 4, 7, and then negative 4, 3. So before we counted how to get from one to the other. So you go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you go up 4 and over 8. But they only want you to go a third of that. Well, how do you find a third? Divide by 3. So 4 divided by 3, 8 divided by 3. So those are both going to be decimals, with this being 1.3 and the other one being 2.7. So you can go, so going from A to B, so instead of going left 8, you go left 2.7. So that would be actually subtracting it. So 4 minus 2.7 is 1.3. And then you're going down 1.3. So 7 minus 1.3 would give you 5.7. So if we did 1.3, 5.7, it would be right there, which is about a third of the way between those dots. Okay, number 9, similar idea, same location of the dots, 4/7, -4/3, and then to get there we go 4 and 8, but this time we're using 3/4, so you're going to multiply that by 3/4, so 8 times 3/4, so you multiply the top, 8 times 3 is 24, and then you divide by the bottom, so 24 divided by 4 would be 6. 4 times 3/4, 4 times 3 is 12, divided by 4 is 3. So similar to the last scenario, we're going to go left 6, down 3. So if you go left 6, that puts you at -2, then you go down 3 to put you at -2, 4, and then if you drew the line, that would show you that this dot is roughly 3/4 away. Now pay attention to if it's A to B, because if we were going from B to A, that dot would be in this area somewhere, but since we're going from A to B, that's why it's located there.